Hi, I'm Anthony DeMoro, and this is Sports Rants Now, the New York Jets edition. Alright, folks, so what does the 2015 season have in store for the New York Jets? I'll tell you what it has in store: improvement. And improvement is exactly what the Jets were striving for with all of their bold off-season moves, and they really got an A+ for their off-season. They bring in Todd Bowles, who I think is a hell of a coach, just waiting to be had. He's done tremendous things in every place he's been, from Miami to Arizona. This is a great hire for the Jets. They're sticking to their guns on being a good defense. Bowles will bring that there. He is a coach. Most players that I've heard of, they really enjoy playing for Bowles. So Jets fans, you got to be happy with the hire of Bowles. And then, of course, Leonard Williams falling to you in the draft. Tremendous. I mean, Muhammad Wilkerson, Sheldon Richardson, Leonard Williams. Yeah, that's one hell of a defensive line. And not to mention, hey, remember that kid Copels from a couple years ago? Yeah, he's turning some heads early in Jets camp. So could Quentin Copels finally be turning the corner? We'll see. But the Jets also landed, yes, Darrelle Revis. They bring back Antonio Cromartie. This defense is going to be nasty. I mean, they kept David Harris. They did a lot of the right things here. Now, D. Milliner is a big question mark for the Jets. I think the kid takes a step forward this year. I may be crazy, but I think this is the year we see something out of D. Milliner. First-round draft pick a couple years ago. Kind of deemed to replace Revis, as if anybody could. But this is a kid that's really going to make some marked steps forward this year. Now, is he going to make a Pro Bowl? No. Is he going to unseat Cromartie or Revis? No. But he's definitely going to show the promise that the Jets saw when they drafted him a couple years ago in the first round. I really like this defense, and this is the thing in the AFC East. All of these defenses are going to be really strong. So I would say the AFC East is the slugfest division, because that's what these defenses are going to do. They're going to beat up on each other. I don't see any running back having a nice time in the AFC East whatsoever. So the Jets on defense, this is an elite defense, one of the better ones, not only in the AFC, but in the National Football League. But the offense is where I have my question marks. I love the addition of Brandon Marshall. It really opens things up for Eric Decker and other receivers on that Jets roster. Marshall's going to bring a leadership there. He's going to put a nice safety net for Geno Smith. That offensive line is very solid. I don't think anybody should be sleeping on the Jets' offensive line. That is definitely a line in a unit. Nick Mangold leading the way there. He is one of the best centers in the NFL, and for good reason. He's been anchoring that line for several years now, and I look for him to continue to lead the charge for the Jets this year. And that offensive line is only going to be that much better because there's actually going to be a passing game, or the threat of one. Now I'm going to get to the running game. The running game, I have my question marks with. I don't know how the Jets are going to move the ball on the ground. It remains to be seen here. That's my question mark. My biggest question mark for the Jets is that quarterback with Geno Smith. For some reason, Bryce Petty, when the Jets landed him in the draft, that raised some eyebrows for me. I don't think that was an indicator that the Jets aren't sold on Geno Smith or that his job is in jeopardy. But I really like what this Bryce Petty kid brings to the table. I think he is somebody that can certainly grow into a threat for the Jets, and I think he's somebody that down the line, and should Geno Smith play poorly this year, I know they have Ryan Fitzpatrick back there, but Bryce Petty may get a look. And I look forward to seeing him having a strong preseason to really get everybody's eyebrows raised on this Bryce Petty kid. So keep your eyes out for him. Geno Smith, listen, I haven't seen anything in the past couple of years that gives me any confidence in thinking that Geno Smith is going to have a strong campaign. I don't see anything. I'm sorry, Jets fans. I don't think it's going to be much the same this year. I don't think it's going to be much any better this year. I think you're going to see slight improvements because of the presence of Brandon Marshall. He's going to help mask a lot of the flaws there. Eric Decker's going to have a stronger year, but this is still Geno Smith, a guy that turns the ball over, makes poor decisions. These are things that, yes, they could improve upon, but lack of a running game that I'm not sure where the Jets are going to get their production from, consistent, reliable production from, that it's going to be needed in the AFC East. So they're playing the Bills and the Dolphins and the Patriots twice a year. You're going to need a running game here. Otherwise, you cannot afford to be a one-dimensional team with how defenses are stacked in the AFC East. So what do the Jets look like this year? They're certainly going to be improved. I think from a talent standpoint, they're a 7 to 8 win team. I think the division knocks them down a couple of pegs. So I'm going to say this Jets team, because of their defense, they go 7 and 9. So that's my prediction. The Jets will go 7 and 9 this year in the NFL. That's the type of talent they have. I think they're a 7 and 9 team. That's what I see them doing. I think the AFC East, they're going to trade wins back and forth, so expect them to win a game against the Dolphins, win and lose against the Bills, win and lose against the Patriots. That's why I'm specking out in 7 and 9 with them, and also I'm taking talent into consideration as well. But Jets fans, if you do not see Geno Smith make that step forward, you need to make sure you rally to make sure he sees his step forward out of the building and out of the organization for the Jets, because you're going to have a key elite defense that you can rely on. You need to get a quarterback in there who can perform. So the Jets will be 7 and 9. You've been tuned in to Sports Rants Now. I'm Anthony DeMauro, and I'll catch you on the flip side.